Well, good morning and welcome to Cityline. It is great to be in your home. This morning is the 15th of December, and I don't know if you knew there was going to be ice on the roads this morning, or your car was going to be covered, or your bicycle. I'm kind of winking at my guest here, but it's slippery out there, so please be careful and bundle up. We have a great hour ahead of us. Later on, we'll be talking with Washington State History Museum. It's that time again, say it with me, Model Train Festival. There is nothing like a train at the holidays. I don't know why, but it's like a model train and fudge, and I'm good to go. Salvation Army will be here. Stacy will be here, and Major Cheryl talking about the activities that they have planned for this season. And then with me right now is somebody who really, truly needs no introduction. And she is someone that you can see zipping around her bike in Tacoma, the one, the only Tacoma Council member at large, position 8, Kristina Walker. Hello, my dear.
Hello, great to be here.
It's great to have you here. And yes, she did ride a bike in this morning, and it's tucked away nicely and warmly. And only you show up looking like this when you've taken your kids to school on a bike. It's pretty impressive. So Kristina, as an at-large council member, position 8, you represent the city as a whole rather than an individual district like Sarah Rumbaugh. What are the challenges and also what are the opportunities for that position?
Yeah, well, the way that the council is structured, I think, is so beautiful in that there are the 5 district reps who really dig in deep with individual issues, with individual people, with individual streets, buildings, all of those things. And then there are 3 of us that are at large who get to focus on the big picture stuff. Think about things, without boundaries. I even really have dug in on the regional level to look at things because, of course, especially transportation, which is a big thing that I work on, transit, it doesn't stop at city lines. It doesn't stop at district lines. So I love thinking big picture. And so that to me is the real opportunity. The other great thing is I just get to explore the city all the time. I get to go to every neighborhood council. I get to go to events in every district. When I was doorbelling, I got to doorbell every district. So for me, that's really fun just to get to know the city.
Oh, and you know what? After living here myself for 25 plus years, I'm still discovering things about the city that I thought I knew and I don't know. So when we look at council highlights from 2022, which we are so close to the end, what are the things that you are most proud of? And then conversely, as we move into 2023, what issue from 2022 is still a huge challenge? So give us some highlights first.
Yeah, well, I do serve on both of the transit boards, Pierce Transit and Sound Transit, so I have to start with transit, and this year we instituted the Kids Ride Free on transit, and it's something that I've been working on for years, that many people have been working on for years. Thank you to the state legislature for making it possible, but so proud to be able to say with both agencies that any kid under 18 or 18 and under can ride free on transit and ferries in this state. It's just amazing.
That is amazing.
So really proud of that work. That went into effect in September. A lot of great things that we were able to do this year in terms of setting the stage as we move forward. We had the opportunity of some federal dollars in the last couple years, the ARPA dollars as we call them. And so we were able to try some things out, like for example, our Tidy Up Tacoma program.
Yes.
There were some real needs during COVID, right? We needed more graffiti removal. We needed more trash pickup. We still need more trash pickup. So to be able to implement that going forward on a permanent basis is something I'm really proud of. That's something our city needs. We've done a lot of work this year in community safety, and this leads into the challenge, right? This is a big challenge. This is something our city, people are not feeling safe, right? We have too many homicides. One homicide is too many homicides, but we have too many. It's something we will continue to work on. But we have laid the groundwork for a lot of things. It's hard to believe it was still in 2022, but we did hire a new police chief. It was right at the beginning of the year.
That's right.
But that was 2022. And the city manager hires the police chief, but we confirmed the appointment, and I'm really proud of that. And I think we found a really, really great chief, and he's done a really great job in a really, really difficult time. So we've got our work cut out for us there. But again, kind of laid the groundwork, put together, he has jumped in with both feet and put together that crime plan. We've done a lot of good work to get there. And I'll talk a little bit more about alternative response when we get to the budget question, but that is a thing that is taking too long, but the groundwork has been laid. We've done a lot of the back work. I had an opportunity at a conference recently to hear from other cities on what they're doing for alternative response, and many cities are a year or two ahead of us, so they're actually seeing the results on the ground. But we're doing the right things. We're getting the things in place. You know, we all want it yesterday.
Well, we do.
But we are. We're doing the right things. Yeah. And I would say on the challenge question, just one overarching thing is really workforce. I know this is something the mayor's really focused on in the new year, but name a department that needs people. It's every single one of them,
everybody.
right? And public safety, our police department is front and center, right? Yes. We know we have budgeted for police officers. We can't hire fast enough. But we also see it in planning. You know, I'm looking at roads projects. We're short, I don't know, 6 or 8 engineers right now, right? Wow. So we're trying to fill positions just everywhere. So that's going to be an ongoing challenge. Again, we can put pieces in place, and I think that if we have those pieces in place, that will become easier. But that continues to be a real challenge.
Yeah, and I love how you gave that perspective of 7 engineers, because to an average citizen like myself, I see work slow down, or I see, just not enough people in a business, but I don't see it when it comes to the infrastructure of how the city is run. You know, I can see it in a coffee shop if I have to wait longer, or someplace at a restaurant, but I don't really think about those 7 engineers that we have to hire to make this project over here go.
Yeah.
And you know, you and I said in the green room, crime doesn't sleep. So as we were looking for our new police chief, things kept going. Yep. So we are in kind of a pushing back at the tsunami right now position. In line with council priorities and significant community feedback, the council adopted the 2023-24 biennial budget. What are some of those core areas of the budget?
Yeah, so any budget process, there's not enough money,
nope.
Right?
That's why it's a budget.
There are things that on my list that we didn't get to. I know there are community members who feel like they didn't get enough in the bucket that they wanted to. But largely, I'm really proud of the budget. I think one thing we did in 2021 is to hold some of our federal dollars, those ARPA dollars, those one-time dollars. So we spent half of them then, and we held half of them. And so we went into this budget season with a huge deficit, but we were able to plug a lot of those holes with those one-time dollars. I think that was a really smart decision. So we're able to do a lot of things, leverage a lot of dollars with that. And then we did put into place, we updated our business fees, so there's a little bit more money coming in there. And then we also implemented an excise tax to continue the cleanup programs, yes. the what we call Tidy Up Tacoma.
Yes.
So a couple different places where we were able to fill a lot of those holes. And then on the spending side of things, we really led with affordable housing and homelessness. Mm-hmm. And that is my priority. I know it's the priority of my council colleagues. And, we really, really speak with one voice in terms of that work. Mm-hmm. And so there's a lot of things in terms of standing up additional shelters. We know that's something we need, but we really need to be thinking upstream too. We've got to be building housing. We've got to be putting in places to make sure people aren't losing their housing. And so those pieces, some of those are policy pieces, but a lot of the budget side of things are in there so that we can stand those up. Really proud that we put together a permanent funding source for our Affordable Housing Trust Fund.
Yes.
We're able to leverage so many projects in this next biennium. It's really incredible. Tiny staff at the city doing the work around building affordable housing.
Small but mighty.
Small but
yes.
mighty. It's just incredible. And we have amazing community partners who are putting those affordable housing units in the ground. So really excited about that. That is not the biggest dollar amount bucket, but the biggest increase bucket. Right. And that was really what I was hoping to see, is that we would lead with that. And then secondly, the community safety bucket is huge. Obviously, funding our police and fire is a huge dollar
And
amount.
let's talk about that Vision Zero piece of that community safety too.
Yeah, so yeah, safe streets are a part of
Yes.
community safety. So making sure that we're funding safe road projects, crosswalks, the light beacons to make sure it's safe. Another thing, I said one homicide is too many, one death on our roadways is too many, and we've had that. So having a real investment, I'm really proud of the work we've done to increase the amount of money that's going to multimodal transportation to support our most vulnerable road users. And then there's other pieces of community safety too, which is for us is alternative response is the other sort of really big bucket, right? When you call 911, do you always need an armed officer?
Nope.
No. So what else do we have? At this point, we have police or fire, right? That's what we have. So we've been working, staff has been doing a great job behind the scenes to build this model to invest in alternative response. And so we are ready to go with that. There's a lot of pieces that need to be put into place. Obviously, 911 staff has to be trained up.
Yes.
If there's another option,
Right.
we have to have people ready to go that can support a behavioral health crisis. And there has to be communication between police, fire, and this new alternative response so that people know, the front lines folks know who's responding and how we support each other. So those pieces are being implemented now because we did fund that. I know I've heard the mayor say a number of times this is her number one priority for this year. We have all said we were hoping this would be implemented yesterday, and staff is working as fast as they can. But just so that the community knows, this is a real priority for us. And if more money is needed at the mid point of the biennium, we will absolutely fund that. So
That's fabulous.
really, really important work happening there with alternative
Last 30
response.
seconds, how do your constituents, since you have a huge territory, how do we get a hold of you?
Kristina Walker, or Kristina.Walker at cityoftacoma.org.
Yes.
So you can email me anytime. And I love to chat with constituents. So, let's set up a Zoom. Let's chat. Let
Absolutely.
me hear about what you think about the budget or what we have going forward. I learned so much for constituents. So I love that.
I love that too. Thank you for all that you do.
Yeah.
I don't know how you balance all this out, but you do it. And I know that our city is better for it now that you're on the city council. So thank you so much.
Thank you.
You're welcome. When we come back after some musical chairs, the Salvation Army will be here. You don't want to miss that. We'll be right back.